Want an easy way to add contrast to your menu? Add Sugarfood's crunchy toppings to your salads, burgers, bowls, and more. From crispy onions and crunchy jalapenos to wontons and then some. These toppings could be your new superpower. Check out the full lineup at sugarfoods.com.
How will proposed tariffs impact the restaurant industry? Here's how one Pizza Hut franchisee lost his 142-store empire, and Applebee's is laying off some of its corporate staff. Welcome to Restaurant Daily, a quick look at the industry's top stories from the editors of Nation's Restaurant News and Restaurant Business. I'm RB Managing Editor Heather Lally.
And I'm NRN Managing Editor Leanne Zinsmeister. New tariffs imposed on Canada and China could have a sizable impact on restaurant costs. President Trump issued an order over the weekend adding 25% import taxes on Canadian goods and 10% on Chinese goods to take effect Tuesday. He also issued a 25% tariff on Mexican imports, but that was delayed by a month following an agreement on immigration with the Mexican president. If the tariffs do go into effect, the result could increase costs for a variety of food and beverage commodities, including fruits and vegetables, baked goods, and numerous other items.
What happened to Eduardo Diaz's Pizza Hut empire? At one point, Diaz's EYM Pizza operated 142 Pizza Hut locations, and in 2021, he received a $97 million offer to buy the restaurants. But then inflation and rising costs led the buyer to pull the offer. Diaz's restaurants began to struggle because of those costs and Pizza Hut's performance. By last year, Diaz and Pizza Hut were trading legal filings accusing one another of underperformance. EYM filed for bankruptcy, and last week, 6 buyers agreed to pay less than $12 million for 77 of the restaurants, with the remaining closed. And Diaz blames Pizza Hut. For more on this story, visit restaurantbusinessonline.com.
Applebee's parent company, Dine Brands, laid off 9% of its corporate staff on Friday. The company, which also owns IHOP and Fuzzy's Taco Shop, said the layoffs were part of a plan to, quote, better align with current market conditions. It comes amid a difficult period for Applebee's and IHOP, which have seen sales and traffic slide in recent quarters.
McDonald's is settling a lawsuit against its HACER scholarship program. The fast food giant opted to settle the lawsuit over the program, which has provided scholarships to Hispanic students for 40 years. The company will eliminate the requirement that recipients have at least one Hispanic or Latino parent. The company had been sued by a nonprofit group opposed to affirmative action, which claimed the program was discriminatory. McDonald's opted to settle the lawsuit to preserve the program.
TGI Fridays sold 19 more restaurants out of bankruptcy to a pair of franchisees. Yadav Enterprises will pay $3 million plus other costs and liabilities for 16 restaurants, and Sugarloaf Hospitality will pay $100,000 plus other costs for 3 locations. Sugarloaf is owned by former Fridays CEO Ray Blanchette. The deal follows the sale of 9 TGI Fridays restaurants last month for $34.5 million. Most of the 39 locations that the company owned when it entered bankruptcy have now been either sold or closed.
Starbucks and its union, Workers United, have finally made some progress on their contract negotiations. Almost a year after negotiations began, the two groups have entered mediation and have agreed to drop their respective lawsuits against one another. In October 2023, both parties sued each other over the union's use of the Starbucks company name and logo that came to a head at the height of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This step forward comes on the heels of more barista protests, which kicked off in December before the holidays. Last month, New York City baristas staged a sit-in in Park Slope, Brooklyn, to demand a fair contract.
The fast casual roll-em-up taquito chain in Southern California is being sued by Ferrari Financial Services for non-payment on a car, a nearly $440,000 car. It seems that CEO Ryan Usray signed an agreement to purchase the car, also in the name of franchising company Roll-em-up Franchise Group, to buy a 2020 Ferrari F8 Tributo. But last year, Usray stopped making payments, and Ferrari wants its car back, along with more than $300,000 still owed. Usray, meanwhile, has not responded to attempts to reach him.
Pinstripes has modified its existing loan agreements as the company has taken on more than $192 million in debt. In an 8K filing, the entertainment brand added 3 amendments as lenders agreed to forbear defaults until the end of February. Pinstripes was the only restaurant company that went public in 2024, but struggled through much of the year. Shares fell under $1 in mid-September and have remained there since, risking a delisting from the New York Stock Exchange. CEO Dale Schwartz recently said the company has made progress on rationalizing its cost structure and removed an annualized $15 million in costs at the store and corporate level.
Just Salad has made 3 C-suite appointments. The New York City-based fast casual brand has promoted Jennifer Lally to Chief Marketing Officer, named Mark Veronato as Chief Experience Officer, and appointed Stephen Blum as Chief Development Officer.
A number of full-service restaurant chains are offering traditional Valentine's Day dinners for 2 on February 14th, but this year the holiday celebrations are extending to other types of concepts. Both Starbucks and Dutch Bros introduced strawberry blended coffee drinks with heart-shaped toppings, while Black Tap is doing a limited-time red velvet shake in partnership with Last Crumb Cookie. Playa Bowls launched a Bao Bowl 2.0 with its signature Stupid Cupid base, and Mod Pizza is moving beyond the expected heart-shaped pizza into a 3-course meal for 2.
And that will do it for today's edition of Restaurant Daily. I'm Leanne Zinsmeister.
And I'm Heather Lally. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe. Want an easy way to add contrast to your menu? Add Sugar Foods crunchy toppings to your salads, burgers, bowls, and more. From crispy onions and crunchy jalapenos to wontons and then some. These toppings could be your new superpower. Check out the full lineup at sugarfoods.com.